Welcome back to Daily Flash. I am Mitch. Your chances of buying a home might not look all that great right now, but things could change in 2024. So joining now us to talk about the bright side of buying a home next year is Insider's mortgage reporter Molly Grace. Molly, thank you so much for joining us here. And a lot of people have their lives kind of put on hold because about this interest rate possibly dropping down. Before we buy, we have to talk about inflation. When could actually homes become more affordable for Joe Average?
Yeah, so it's been really hard lately. People are definitely feeling it. So inflation thankfully has been coming down, and with it, so will mortgage rates. Unfortunately, home prices are still very high, and they're going to keep going up. But the good news is that mortgage rates are expected to go down. They've been going down a little bit, and they're going to go down next year. Obviously, barring any unusual circumstances, right now what we expect is for them to go down, and that'll give people a little bit more buying power. They'll have a little bit more money to either get a little bit of a bigger house or have a little bit more money in their budget each month when they're paying their mortgage.
How far do you think prices will drop? Do you think we'll go back to like the 2020 and 2021 lows that we saw?
On home prices, we're probably not going to see go down. Mortgage rates, we will see go down. We're not going to see them go quite so low. Unfortunately, we had kind of an unusual situation with the pandemic and the Fed slashing rates. So, unless we were to have that kind of situation again, which, obviously no one is hoping for, we're probably not going to see mortgage rates go quite so low, but we might see them go closer to 6% by the end of 2024 and maybe a little bit lower in 2025.
Well, let's talk about that. We mentioned inflation, but what made mortgage rates so high? Was that just the sole cause of it, or does that everything to do with one thing have to do with the other?
Yeah, so the inflation's a big part of it. So is, the Fed, as inflation went up, it peaked. It was prices were up 9.1% last year, which is year over year, which is really high. And so the Fed, to get inflation back down to its target, started raising the federal funds rate. And that doesn't have a direct impact on mortgage rates, but it definitely pushed them way up. And so as the Fed has been pausing its rate hikes, and we think they might even cut rates next year, we'll start to see mortgage rates go back down. So there's kind of that overall what's going on in the economy having an impact on mortgage rates.
Right. Well, it wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. So what should home buyers be doing right now to prepare for those lower rates?
Yeah, definitely now is a great time to be preparing for that. Start saving for your down payment, paying down any other debts you owe, working on your credit score, putting yourself in a really great position. So once mortgage rates are down, you're not only going to get those lower mortgage rates in general, you're also going to get the best rates available because mortgage lenders are also looking at your own financial situation. So do you have a good credit score? Do you have a low debt to income ratio? Do you have a good down payment? So that's really, what you want to be doing now. Although I will say too, if you can't afford to buy now, it's not a bad time to, because once mortgage rates do go down, there's going to be a whole bunch of competition.
Yes.
And, there's going to be, downsides to that, the pushing home prices back up. So if you could buy now and then refinance later once mortgage rates go down, that's also not a bad decision. But also, not everybody can afford to do that. So.
Exactly. No, I think that last advice you're talking about now is if you can find a good deal, get it now. You can always refinance afterwards and get a better rate. Thank you so much, Molly Grace with Insider. If you want more information about buying a new home or a home in 2024, just check out their website, insider.com, or our website with this entire interview.